Welcome back to Mad Outdoor Adventures. Today is October 1st, 2021. That means today is a very special day. What is today, you ask? Today is opening day of bow season for deer here in Michigan. And to celebrate, I'm going to be doing a full review on my brand new Barnett DRT 385 crossbow. Stay tuned. Welcome to Mad Outdoor Adventures, where we'll be in the woods or on the water with our family and friends. Let's find an adventure. So here's the box. It's DRT 385. Get after it. A little picture of it there. I don't know how well. I think the light's shining off the box here, and you're seeing my chairs in the background. Anyways, here's the specs. 180 pounds draw weight, 125 foot-pounds, NRG 6 pounds. I mean, that information up top, it shows you what it comes with here. Comes with a scope, quiver and 2 arrows, cable and string wax, and a pre-installed crank device. Sides upside down. Here's the features. So pre-installed crank, adjustable buttstock, 4x32 scope, 3-pound trigger pull, an arrow retention brush, finger safety, pass-through foregrip, track mounted string dampeners, 3 arrow quiver with 2 20-inch crossbow arrows, picnic rail for multiple quiver, aluminum flight track, AVI technology, ambidextrous safety. Shows what's included down here. Now the trigger tech, it says that it's a free $200 upgrade to this custom trigger. 0 creep, 3-pound pull, silent safety, frictionless release, knock sensor, minimizes dry fire. So it doesn't say eliminates, it minimizes. And then here's all the information on the Barnett. Alright, so I'm going to unbox it. We're going to assemble it, do our first impressions, and then we're going to go from there. So let's open this sucker up. I think this is just a sleeve over the box. Pick you guys up momentarily. I'll show you what's in the box here. There she is. Looks like it's in 2 pieces. Alright, so I'm gonna pull it out of the box. Take a look at it. Get rid of the box. So everything we got here, it's all scattered. We got our quiver. Looks like our quiver mount. We got a piece of paper that says it passed inspection April 26th of 2021. We got a bunch of different things in here. Looks like some fuel points, the crank. We'll open that up in a minute. Do not return to the store. Call Barnett if you have a problem. So I'm gonna grab this gently. Take this guy off. I'll have scissors. Let's see if I can get this off with a knife without problem. Got a lot to clean up here. So I'll go over all that with you guys once I have it together. Came with 2 arrows here. Like it has a crank handle, the Halo optics instructions, fill tips, Allen keys, the wax, and the bolt, I guess, that I gotta install, and then the instruction manual. So I'm going to go through this real quick here. I don't say it's common sense, but it looks simple. I'll take this off of here. Talk about that later. Try to maneuver it here. Get it to do what I want it to do. Alright, so I got it in there, so now I gotta put the bolt in. Bolt goes in there, if you can see. It says caution, hand tighten, check after the first 20 shots. Make sure it's still tight. So that's tight going here now. The only thing I'd have to do is put the quiver on, the crank on. So let's go ahead and do that then, since I'm right-handed. Put this crank here. Have it there so that way it's out of the way when I'm shooting. The quiver bracket. Quiver's got like a cool looking like buck on it. Put this back in here, so that was it. So I'm right-handed, so I want to put this on this side. I'll have to loosen that, but I won't attach that to there, but I'm not going to do it right this second. I'm going to give you guys an overview here. So this is the Barnett DRT 385. So you can't find much about this bow online. I don't know if they just make it for certain retailers or what, but if you look online, it's not even on their website. So this is the Barnett DRT 385. I'm not sure what the DRT stands for. I'm gonna just say it stands for dead right there. I mean, I don't know if that's right or not, but it sounds cool, so I'm going with it. This bow, I got it at Dunham Sporting Goods. It's popular up here in the Midwest. I paid $320, I think, $325 out the door for this bow. I was gonna go with a Killer Instinct Lethal 405 or something like that, but this one came with a crank. That one did not. The reason why I got a crossbow is really for my son. He quite can't pull back enough weight to kill a deer yet. He'll get there one day, but this year we're gonna try out this crossbow. I picked this one up because it's really light. Seems compact. Now I know there's, you know, $3,000 Ravens out there that half this size and shoot twice as fast, but for 300 bucks, I don't think it's a bad bow. I picked it up. They have a display model at the store, right? So this thing is light, and I like it. I had a long time ago. I had a Barnett 𝗗𝗏𝗀 or something, and that thing was so heavy and so cumbersome, I sold it. I didn't like hunting with it. I didn't like carrying it around. This thing's only 6 pounds. It's not bad at all. It says it gets 385 with their arrow, the arrow they tested it with that field point. So I'll test that out to see. I don't know if I'm going to be sticking with those arrows or not, but you know, time will tell. So some features of this bow: it's camouflaged. I don't know what camo this is, but it looks awful similar to my 350. So I like it. It said it had a $200 trigger upgrade, 3-pound pull trigger, is what helps with accuracy, so I'm happy with that. Like I said, it is lightweight. It comes with a 4x30, 32 or 4x30, 4x32 multi-reticle scope here. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or switch it out, we'll see. It has the adjustable length of pole, so that way I can shorten it up for my son, bring it out for me if I wanted to use it. With crossbows, I've never had a problem with crossbows. Like I said, I've owned one before. Just don't call it bow hunting. I understand that, you know, you shouldn't shoot deer at rifle ranges. Although I know a lot of guys who have crossbows that try that. That's just, you shouldn't do that, period. But you can't tell me that this is as hard as bow hunting. But I'm not going to argue with you guys, or anybody for that matter. It is what it is. It's a tool to get out hunting, and that's what I'm trying to do. So first impressions of this crossbow, I like it. It's light, it's maneuverable, it seems compact enough. The scope may not be the best, but we can always change that later if we need it. Came with a crank, so now this isn't supposed to be a silent crank, but to be honest with you, hunting with a 7-year-old isn't always the most quiet thing either. It has multiple pick-me rails, so you can do different things with that. I think it's a pretty sweet deal. I mean, $325 out the door. Comes with everything you need except for broadheads. So first impressions, I like it. I think it's going to be what we need. I think it's going to do the job. I think we'll be able to kill a deer with it, no problem, as long as we, you know, see a deer. But so what I'm going to do now is we'll give it a full test. I'm going to take it outside, shoot it a couple times, see how loud it is, see how the crank works, show you guys that stuff. Make sure that the feet per second is what they say it will be with what they sent, and then we'll go from there. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so I put my quiver on the bow. Before I go outside to shoot, I wanted to just give you the specs off this card here. This is the DRT 385. It's 385 feet per second with a 380 grain arrow. It has 125 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, 6.1 pounds overall weight, 180 pounds draw weight, 16.25 inches cocked width, 13.8 inches power stroke, 35.5 to 38 inches overall length. It has the cocking device that we talked about, anti-vibration foot stirrup, anti-dry fire trigger assembly, metal injection molded trigger. Has a free $200 upgrade with a Trigger Tech precise trigger control custom trigger, zero creep 3-pound pull, silent safety, frictionless release, knock sensor, and it minimizes dry fires. The accessories that were included is this 4x32 Halo multi-reticle scope, the crank, the quiver with the side mount adapter, 2 arrows, and the string lube wax. So I'm gonna head outside, test it out, and see how loud it is, and if we can get a feet per second on it. So stay tuned. So I'm in my backyard. Grass needs cut, so don't judge me, but it's a little shot there. This is maybe 10 yards at the most. I'm just going to test it out, see how loud it is. Once I know it's close, I'll get the chronograph and test the feet per second. So that's interesting. With the quiver on that side, it hits the arrows, so I might have to change that. Take this off and put this down here. rope cockers almost better, in my opinion. Maybe I gotta get used to this, but so turn this off. Put the rope on the string. Make sure it's in that groove. Won't have to move the quiver because the crank hits the arrows, so that's good. Alright, then I turned it back on, so now you're going to hear it crank. But when I let go, as you can see, the bow's not going. I don't have to move that quiver because my hand's hitting the arrows now. So you heard that click. So then what I'm going to do is put some tension on it. Switch it to off. As you can see, now that's there. So then I'm going to put these up here. Almost more trouble than it's worth. Anyway, so now there that is. I'm gonna put an arrow in it. There's so many mosquitoes out here, it's ridiculous. It's not even dark yet. So I'm gonna switch it to fire.
And I'm gonna get the eye on the target, okay?
Okay.
So you can see your shot. Okay. Ooh. And I said it. And as you can see, down strokes hit right near the red dot.
This ain't terrible, but it's not easy. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not, yeah, it's not easy either. So I'm gonna try to shoot the second arrow. Let's try to focus on how loud this is. So just stay on me, okay?
Okay. Is it okay now I can see eye on the target too? You know, so you can see a good shot. Yeah. Whoa! You got it buried next to the other one. Ooh, trampoline.
Knock. Yep. Well, that's cool. So, first two shots, 10 yards, and I busted the knock. So as far as accuracy is concerned, that's great. I don't think it's that loud, but we'll see. I'll go get the chronograph and I'll do the feet per second. Alright, so this is my feet per second test. Pointed at the... So we got 386.
386, but I didn't see it on the camera.
Which is one more than what they said. So I'm gonna do this one more time, let my son shoot it, and then we're gonna go inside because these mosquitoes are ridiculous. Now I want you to try to crank it and see what you think. So what you got to do first is take those off, and then you got to switch that switch to off. But you might have to. Then you pull the strings out. You got to watch that crank though, because it hits you.
You like this?
It makes it easier. If you get used to it, I think it's better, but the rope cocker, it's harder to crank or cock, but you then put them underneath. Put it right next to the bow though. Hold on.
I know.
And you gotta probably stand on that stirrup though. Okay, and then once it clicks, hold on. So then what you gotta do is put some tension on it and then switch that to off. So, and then slowly let it go just in case it doesn't. Alright, you're good. So then you take those off, you clip them on here, and then crank up the slide. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, it is easier.
It's a lot easier, it's just cumbersome right now. I don't know how I'm going to do it in a tree stand, but I'll get there when I get there. Make sure it's up in your shoulder.
It's in my shoulder.
Okay.
Whoa.
What?
It's low.
Well, I mean, it's not sighted in, it's just shooting. Alright guys, so I just got back in from shooting the Barnett DRT 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂 I didn't try to sight it in or nothing, but I knocked one of the knocks off of my bolts, so I'm down to 1 bolt now. I did shoot 386, which it said it shoots 385, so 386, it doesn't lie, so that's good. The crank, it's cumbersome. It could just be I'm not used to using it, but with the quiver on the right side of the bow, which I really wanted it to be, I can't have arrows in the quiver because the crank hits the arrow. I could probably try to move it up some, but there's not a whole lot more room to go up. So, and I don't know if I can shoot it on the left side because that's where my face is at. I don't want it sideways because then it adds to the width of this bow, so I gotta figure that out. The trigger, I mean, it's nice. It doesn't have creep in it. It's not real heavy. It's not hard to pull. The length of pull adjusted fine for me, my wife, and my son. I don't know how much of the shooting footage you guys got because my son was the cameraman and he was kind of all over the place. I didn't film my son shooting it because I was just making sure he didn't get his fingers chopped off. And then I did film my wife shooting it though. As far as the things that I'm kind of not impressed about too much is the quiver itself. Like this mount, it's not polymer or whatever. It's like cheap plastic, so I'm worried that might end up cracking and breaking off. These fins that keep your fingers below the track are also cheap, flimsy plastic. I mean, it does its job as far as blocking your fingers, but if you bump it on anything or something, I'm sure that will crack. But overall, I think it's, I mean, it was $325 and it shoots 386. It's accurate. It's not too loud. Like, I mean, it's a crossbow, but to me it wasn't like super loud, and I'm excited to hunt with it. So if you're at a Dunham's, I mean, because I think that's the only place you can find these things, and you can't find them online or anything like that, but if you're at a Dunham's and you see it, don't be afraid to pick it up. I think it's great. Thanks for watching today's video. If you like today's video, give me that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. We have a lot more outdoor content coming your way. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll find you on the next adventure.